once we get them off the streets, we have the relationship with the organization, with the homeless veterans organizations and homeless veterans programs, that we already know the criteria for them to be enrolled in that program, and the civilian programs, the same thing. So most of the screening is done by us and our street teams. So when we actually get them into the program, they just have to fill out their paperwork and then go upstairs to whatever assessment program or detox program that's available to them. Or sometimes if they're not eligible for that particular program, then we take them to the veterans hospital, and we start to get them with the social worker or a counselor there at the hospital, who then starts to prepare them for the program to get into.
Okay. But there are not enough programs, from what I understand.
Right, definitely not.
Yeah.
No, we were down there last week, Thursday, and there was a program that just opened up. They had 23 beds. That day, they were filled up, and they had 46 total veterans that were, some of them were sleeping downstairs. They really needed somewhere around 123 beds that were available to them, and they only had 23 beds. So there's definitely not enough beds to accommodate.
How could we resolve that? Is giving more money to nonprofits that handle veterans, or is there a government entity in this that is not being fulfilled? What are some of the solutions to this besides reaching out to the veterans?
Well, a lot of the programs are already filled up.
Right.
So starting more programs, expanding the programs that are available. Now the VA does have a benefit that's called the per diem program. Okay. So if you are a homeless veteran and you get enrolled into one of the homeless veterans programs, then the VA will pay $29.61 a day to the program for that veteran to be there. The problem is...
It's a Motel 6 then.
Right, right. Well, no, these are nonprofits, so it takes a lot more. Yeah, right. I wish Motel 6
really.
was that. But they... so there is a per diem program, and before, veterans had an unlimited amount of per diems. Well, with the cutbacks, now they're only allowed 3 per diems if you're a veteran. So once your third one is up, that's it, you're out of luck. And then again, you have to qualify for that. So in order to qualify for these benefits, you have to have served honorably for, the per diem program is actually honorably or other than dishonorable discharges, and you have to have had a minimum of 24 months in service in order for you to qualify for that. So if you're a dishonorable veteran, then you don't get in there. If you're under 24 months or 2 years of active duty, then you don't get it. Now, National Guard and Reserves, they don't qualify no matter how long they've been in, unless they were activated for
most of the people in Iraq, and especially in Iraq, are National
Guard and Reserves.
And they don't qualify for this?
Unless you've been active for 2 years. So if you go over there for 15, 18 months and you come back...
Amazing.
Yeah, but they are combat veterans.
Yeah.
So they're, again, you're a combat veteran, and that takes, precedence. But you have to make sure that you serve honorably or other than dishonorably.
I think